What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Mina channel. Today we're going to be talking about two pieces of news, two separate really big pieces of news that's been going on. It's obviously not personal related this time around, but I think I want to actually sit down and talk about all these two things because I find them pretty interesting and I feel like it will be pretty cool to talk about. So number one is regarding the Switch. So it looks like there's been some rumors and some leaks that has been confirmed by other people at this point, so I waited a day for this video because I wanted to confirm with other people before I actually talk about it. So it looks like the Switch is gonna be coming, or Nintendo's gonna be coming out with a Switch Pro, which is gonna be kind of like a more advanced, better version of the Switch. Now, this is not the first time that they've done this before. We had the 3DS, who had the new 3DS, it was a little bit better and everything like that. As far as what they talked about from the people that leaked or like talked about the leaks and everything, it looks like it's not gonna be like a huge jump. It's gonna be significantly better to what we have on the original Switch right now, but it's definitely not gonna be kind of like super next gen or anything like that. I don't think, and it's obviously unreasonable to expect them to kind of just release brand new everything or whatever, but you know, it's like a little upgraded, so much something better. So I'm very excited to see how that's gonna turn out, but there's been a lot of rumors regarding that for quite some time already. This is actually something I've been talking about on the channel a few times. I'm kind of just curious how this is gonna turn out. Nintendo has been pretty quiet about it, but we were right about the Switch Lite. That's something that we had talked about in the channel before. Some other people were talking about it earlier too, so we knew this was going to happen at some point. And obviously the Pro, which is going to be the better version of it, whatever it's going to end up being calling. I hope it's not new Switch or whatever, so something else. We'll see how that turns out, but I'm very excited to see how that works out. I'm enjoying my Switch. I play the Switch all the time. It's my go-to console right now besides the PS4 and everything, so I really enjoy that portability aspect. So I really want to see how they make that better. Obviously the Switch has its own issues and everything like that, so in my mind I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, I want to see how they can make it better, and how, you know, because games like Breath of the Wild run really well, but obviously they can run even better. So I'm curious to see how they want to make that. I'm very excited, especially because Breath of the Wild 2 should be was announced at some point, so should be coming out at some point. So we'll see about that. So the next piece of news is regarding DC, because they had the DC fandom this week, and they showcase a bunch of new stuff, including a few new games and everything like that. So I want to go over those and everything like that. So the first one on the showcase was the Gotham Knights, which is basically a setting where Batman, I think he went missing or died, and now the Bat family, which is Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and the team just kind of has to go now and kind of like figure it out what's going on and everything, battling a new enemy, I guess, and so on. Very cool. I actually really like the way that they showed some stuff. I'm curious about the gameplay. It seems like they're doing a lot of RPG elements, which I'm obviously very happy for because I love RPGs, but sometimes it doesn't really work out really well, and it almost feels really level gated when it comes to some stuff. Assassin's Creed comes to mind when it comes to how they did the RPG elements, because it didn't feel really natural. It felt kind of a little bit weird in some senses, which some aspects I really like, but some aspects can be quirky and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be curious to see how they make that happen, because again, I want to see how they're gonna work that out into the game and everything like that. So very cautiously optimistic on that game. Seems it's gonna be a co-op kind of type of game, and the graphical side looks pretty good, and again, and the video itself looks pretty interesting. So I'm very excited to see how that's. I'm a huge Nightwing fan, so I am curious to see how that turns out. I'm excited for that. The second game that they announced is a Suicide Squad game, which that one also actually looks pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited for this one. It looks like it's gonna be in the same universe as the Arkham games and everything like that, and it's gonna obviously the same team behind them as well. It looks like it may be co-op. I think from what I heard, that sounds like that's gonna be the deal as well. But it looks pretty exciting. I would love to play as Harley Quinn and all the Suicide Squad members, because it seems like it's gonna be really fun. Actually, a lot of the gameplay, well, not really gameplay, well, a lot of CGI trailer that we saw, looks pretty fun. It looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting. I don't recall seeing any actual gameplay for this game, but I do like the idea of playing as a Suicide Squad, which is made way different from playing as Batman or anything like that. So I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see kind of a different type of game for sure. I always been kind of like, I love superheroes, but I also love villains, super villains and everything like that. I love their abilities and what they do and everything like that. For example, in this one you see Harley Quinn, and she has like this grappling hook, and she's like doing it over and over again, almost like a Spider-Man kind of thing. It looked pretty cool. I like that a lot. So I'm excited for those two games. I think they're gonna turn out pretty good. But also cautiously optimistic as far as they're gonna turn out overall. But overall, I think that DC is killing it with those things. I'm very excited to see what goes from there, because DC has been pretty quiet when it comes to that. But the Arkham games are really good when it comes to like superhero games and everything. I still do believe the Spider-Man Marvel PS4 game that they come out like a year or two ago was really good. Probably my favorite superhero game. But in all honesty, the Arkham games are really fun. I really enjoyed all the games that I played so far from the Arkham series and everything. So I'm very excited for this too. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's positive stuff. It's really cool stuff. Let me know, guys. Are you guys excited for this stuff? Are you not into it or anything? Honestly, DC drops so much on our plate. They dropped like the trailer for the Batman, and they talked about the Snyder cut for the Batman vs Superman, and I mean like I'm sorry, the Justice League. There's all this stuff that they talked about and everything, and there's just so much information. I was like, oh my god, I frankly even wanted to stream that, but it was just throughout the day, and I was like, I can't really stream bits and pieces of it or whatever. But everything we've seen looks pretty cool. I'm very excited for that. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today, guys. If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know you're excited for any of this news that we talked about today, and what do you think about a new Switch? Do you want to try? Would you be willing to sell your old Switch to get the new one, or you don't care for that stuff? I know some people that like to get all the new upgrades and everything. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you guys next time.